Number one, the Kerala government is totally committed to local government, although my speech was labeled local governance. I see that the ministry is called local government. The Constitution in Article 343G specifies, and I'm talking from memory, so don't fault me if I get some comma wrong. But the article begins by saying the legislature of a state. So it is for the Kerala legislature to determine the Kerala law. And they've done such a good job of it that they have fulfilled in larger measure than any other state the next provision, which is that whatever subjects the Kerala government chooses to list in the legislation, with regard to them, the devolution, not the decentralization, the devolution, which means handing over to the pure power to somebody else, devolution will involve not leaving the panchayats as the instrument of the state government, but as institutions of self-government for two things. Number one, for economic development and social justice. No political ambit is given to the panchayats. They are instruments of development for inclusive growth through inclusive governance. That is what Kerala is famous for. And it says that this should be based on district planning. The only state in India to fulfill the 65th Amendment promise, which is incorporated in the 74th Amendment, is Kerala. And it says that when the devolution takes place, it has to be effective for it to be truly self-government by the people. To the best of my knowledge, there are only 3 states that have gone some way towards implementing this. One is Tamil Nadu, where both the parties voted against the Constitutional Amendment. But certainly it is state number 3. State number 2 is Karnataka. And state number 1 is Kerala. But yesterday I said in the plenary that there's one respect in which Kerala is behind Karnataka, and that is its legislation. And I didn't know that the Honorable Minister Rajesh had in mind an amendment to the law which would enable him to set up a commission of experts who would marry the Constitution of India, particularly Article 243G, with the law of Kerala. And once that happens, Kerala will not only be the best state in Panchayati Raj in practice, it will also be the most effectively governed by the law on Panchayati Raj. So I am an unstinted admirer of those who have fulfilled my guru, Rajiv Gandhi's dream. And in all of India, there are only 3 states, Kerala, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu, which have gone some way towards fulfilling the dreams of Rajiv Gandhi. And very significantly, they are southern states. So that is why the southern states, on any measure of economic development and on any measure of human development, are streets ahead of Jis Desh Mein Ganga Behti Hai. I know that you don't know Hindi, but that means the land where the Ganga flows. It is Uttar Pradesh and Bihar under the BJP that are dragging us down. And as far as Gujarat is concerned, it is a vicious autocracy where panchayats are rewarded if they don't hold elections. That is the authoritarianism of a guy called Narendra Modi, who claims to have a BA from Delhi University and has prevented the Delhi University Vice Chancellor from revealing the list of passes in 1978. There was a Narendra Modi who did appear in 1978 by correspondence, and I've seen him on television thanking his mother and father for giving him the same name as the greatest Gujarati of all, which was neither Jinnah nor Gandhi, but Narendra Modi, who has supervised 1,000 murders in a single day in Gujarat, and who's now complaining about some Hindu murders in Bangladesh. What is the consistency of the man? So he boasts that there is a Gujarat model. And I am boasting that there is a Kerala model. And sorry, I forgot to mention Telangana. So there are 4 states: Kerala, Telangana, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu, which are most nearing the dream of Rajiv Gandhi. And since it was Rajiv Gandhi who gave me the opportunity to be invited to Kerala as the only congressman who actually came, I'm afraid I cannot say anything beyond the fact that I'm very, very proud of being a South Indian. My Veshti, it's not a mundu, it's a Veshti. And this Veshti shows that I'm wearing the Congress colors. And if the party is going to expel me, they will expel me with my Veshti on, which has the colors of the Congress party. And I do not have the colors of the Communist Party on my Veshti.
But do you think how important it is when we are talking about the self-government and Panchayati Raj at a time when everything is being centralized, or in the concept of centralization, because fiscal federalism is being kind of in a question mark now. So how do you think it is so important for us to talk about Panchayati Raj and devolution of power?
Will you speak to the mic?
There's a mic, please give it to Sorry.
Okay, I've got the question. In a country where everything is being centralized, the only hope is decentralization. And if that becomes devolution, then I think we are bringing heaven on earth. You will be able to make Kerala the best state, and we can make India the best country only if we have effective Panchayati Raj. And my proof is that China has become the second most powerful economy in the world without becoming a Viksit China in 2047 by using the panchayats through what they call town and country planning to build the basic infrastructure of economic development with social justice. And when Comrade Pinarayi becomes again the chief minister, I hope he will send a delegation to China. I hope he will finance the commission which Minister Rajesh has said to visit China. My own niece is there. She speaks fluent Mandarin. So you can speak in Malayalam English, which is almost incomprehensible to anyone who speaks English, but it can be translated into Mandarin by my own niece, who won't ask for a fee from the Kerala government. She lives in Beijing. It's her second posting to Beijing. There's only two questions that have come to me, and both from an all India agency. Is there no Malayali who has any question to ask other than my opinion of K.C. Venugopal? Why are we having this meeting? Ask your question in Malayalam. I have the best translator on my left. I said, ask your question in Malayalam. I have the best translator on my left. Can you please wait for a mic?
A state like Kerala has got national inflation at a staggering 9.6%, which is well above this national average of 3%. And the major reason for this inflation is the food inflation. Now, when you're talking about this kind of a development without addressing this basic problem, how is there even a capital that is required for development that is possible, even if it is an urban development or in...
There is no other state in India which has as many MSMEs as Kerala has. So there's plenty of capital. And in any case, the best thing for you to do would be to incorporate Dubai in Kerala, because that is where your money is coming from. It is the most oil-rich country in the world. The Malayalis have upheld the flag of India all over the Gulf, all over West Asia. They are the most enterprising. But under previous governments, they did not have the opportunity to show their entrepreneurship. I am going to get a pair of shoes this afternoon from a Mr. VKC Razak, whom I met at breakfast. It turned out that he is a footwear king. So I asked him, do you make chappals? And the reason I had to ask him for chappals is that strapless chappals are not allowed in the Delhi Gymkhana Club. And since that is the place where I get the best chicken a la Kiev, despite Kiev's condition, I would like to be able to go there. And it is with Malayali footwear, if Mr. Razak fulfills his offer to me, that I will be going into the Delhi Gymkhana Club next. You're simply the best state. And capital is flowing in here. And so what if inflation is at 9%? What was the highest sum of money that Mahatma Gandhi received in the 1930s? It was 5,000 rupees from a Parsi businessman. And today, 5,000 rupees is change, especially for Mr. Razak, and 5 lakhs of rupees, nobody is called a Lakhpati. You're a Karodpati, that's when you get recognized. And therefore, even if the rate of inflation is 9% here, on every other parameter, the best performing state is Kerala.
അതിൽ എല്ലാം ചോദിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് അങ്ങ് പറയാതിന് കേരളത്തിൽ ഒരു വർഷം മുമ്പ് വരെ ഏറ്റവും കുറവ് വിലക്കയറ്റമുള്ള സംസ്ഥാനങ്ങളിലായി. ഇപ്പം വിലക്കയറ്റത്തിന് തോത് കൂടി. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ്? ഏത് ചരക്കിനാണ് വില കൂടുന്നതിനെ ആശ്രയിച്ചിരിക്കുക, അത് എത്രമാത്രം ആ സംസ്ഥാനത്ത് ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നുണ്ടെന്ന്. ഇപ്പം വില കൂടാൻ കാരണം രണ്ടിനങ്ങളാണ്. ഒന്ന് സ്വർണത്തിൻ്റെ വിലക്കയറ്റം, കേരളമാണ് ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ സ്വർണം വാങ്ങുന്ന സംസ്ഥാനങ്ങളിലൊന്ന്. 2 വെളിച്ചെണ്ണയുടെ വിലക്കയറ്റം. വെളിച്ചെണ്ണയാണ് നമ്മുടെ സ്റ്റേപ്പിൾ ഓയിൽ. ഇത് 2 എണ്ണമാണ് കേരളത്തിൻ്റെ ഇൻഫ്ലേഷൻ റേറ്റ് കൂടുന്നതിന് ബാധകമായിട്ട് വരുന്നത്. അതെങ്ങനെയാ ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെന്റിനെയും മറ്റും ബാധിക്കുക? കേരളത്തിലെ പെർ ക്യാപിറ്റ ഇൻകം ഉണ്ടല്ലോ, റിയൽ ടേംസിൽ വിലക്കയറ്റം മാറ്റിയാലും 40% ഹയറാ ദേശീയ ശരാശരിയേക്കാൾ. അതാണ് എൻ്റെ അടിസ്ഥാനം. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഇതൊന്നും കേരളത്തിലെ ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെന്റ് ഒന്നും ബാധിക്കില്ല. ഇപ്പം മണിശങ്കർ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെന്റ് പുറത്തുനിന്ന് വരുന്നത് മുൻകാലങ്ങളെ അപേക്ഷിച്ച് എത്രയോ കൂടിയിരിക്കുന്നു.
As you were saying, under the governance of Pinarayi Vijayan, the state is showing a great performance. So the leadership in Kerala, the Congress leadership in Kerala is saying that it's a disaster. What do you think about it?
Well, my answer is very simple. As a congressman, I wish to see the UDF win. As a Gandhian, I want to tell the truth. Pinarayi is going to be the next chief minister because for the first time in the history of 75 years of Kerala, a government was not changed when the Congress should have come into power. If they were incapable of cutting the cycle of governments and opposition alternating, then I don't think they have the capacity to beat the left government. In the left government, I'm sure there are differences, but they are not played out in public. Within the Congress, all differences are played out in public. And the only other secular socialist that I know in all of India, apart from myself, is Mr. Satish. He is a guy who is pink. He is between the right wing of the Congress and the left wing of the Communist Party. So I'm not recommending him for CM-ship, but I'm saying there are Congress leaders whom I greatly admire. And there are others like K.C. Venugopal whom Rahul Gandhi admires. Would you like me to close the press conference? Yes. As I said, anyone can ask a question in Malayalam.
But the Ramesh Chenitala, the veteran leader in Congress, is saying that you have become like a PR agent of the left government. What do you want to say? What do you want to comment on that?
Why do you want to lower me to the level of congressmen who only know internecine fighting? Why is it that in the last 5 years, in a state which my mother told me I should carefully look, because she said if you see a Malayali and a snake, you first kill the Malayali. And here I am, disobeying my mother. I have come in the last 1 year 5 times to Kerala, largely to Malabar, at the invitation of the IUML, of other Muslim parties, and of Thomas Isaac, who to the best of my knowledge is not a Hindu. I thought in fact he was an American Jew. So if the Congress party never invites me because they have such a low opinion of me, are you surprised that I have a rather low opinion of any congressman in Kerala other than the great Satishan? Promise me that Satishan will be the chief minister, and I'm willing to withdraw my remark that Pinarayi will be the next chief minister. And of course, there is Shashi Tharoor. I've never met a more unprincipled careerist than Shashi Tharoor, who, because the Congress is not making him the foreign minister, is now attempting to become Modi's foreign minister. So the Congress party was brought up on principles, not on opportunism. And why do you think I'm being expelled from the party? Because I am a man of principle. When I was a little boy of 6 and my younger brother was 4 years old, we were taken by Sushila Nair to meet Mahatma Gandhi in Birla House a few days before he was killed. And Gandhiji picked me up and my brother Swaminathan up and said, "ये मेरे आंखों के सूरज और चांद है." Do you expect me not to follow him? My greatest hero, second only to V.K. Krishna Menon, was Jawaharlal Nehru. His idea of India. My third great mentor in the Congress party was Rajiv Gandhi, who fulfilled Gandhiji's dream, which Nehru never succeeded in, of having constitutional Panchayati Raj. So, I am such a thorough congressman that I cannot but treat whatever is said to me by the Kerala Congress like water off a duck's back.
Mr. Aiyar, since you have made a political remark, just want to ask you, are you joining, since you have made a political remark, I just want to ask you, are you joining any party?
No party is willing to take a gadfly. So I am not going to be joining any party. If I am in the Congress, and if the Congress throws me out, then I will find my voice. I run a podcast, and please allow a commercial break. It is called Mani Ki Baat, Suneet Ke Saath. The first part of it is a play on Modi's Man Ki Baat. So it's Mani Ki Baat. And my wife's name is Suneet. And as far as I know, the only husband and wife team to hold a conversation among themselves and to call people like Mr. Isaac into our programs is my wife and I. So I don't need the Congress party because the Congress party does not need me. So why should I overstay my welcome? And no other party has suggested to me that they would welcome me. They all look at me. I was going, when I walked out of the Congress against Sitaram Kesri in 1998, I thought I would join the Samajwadi Party because I am a socialist. And Samajwad in Hindi means socialism. So I went to see the treasurer of the Samajwadi Party and he said to me, a dear friend, he said, why do you want to be murdered? I said, I just asked you whether I can join the Samajwadi Party. And you're saying what? Why do you want to get murdered? He says, if you continue doing in the Samajwadi Party what you do in the Congress, Mulayam Singh Yadav will murder you. So don't join the Samajwadi Party. So no party wants me because I have a voice of my own. And the Communist Party will certainly, which is a very disciplined party, will not want me. Although I want the Communist Party, I was kept out of the Foreign Service until Jawaharlal Nehru admitted me because I was a communist at college, at Cambridge. And Jawaharlal Nehru said, on the file, on the 23rd of October 1963, I too have heard good reports of Mani Shankar Aiyar. He may be sent to Mussoorie for his training. So, I am a candidate for anybody who will take me. But I am like a 20-year-old girl who, when asked, whom will you marry? She says, who is he? When she's 30 and still a maiden, she replies, what is he? And when she's 40, she answers, where is he? So I am in that same condition. I want to know who will take me. I want to know what will take me. And I want to know where that party is that will take me. That's my answer to your question.
If invited, will you join CPM?
Sorry.
If invited, will you join CPM?
You know, Pinarayi is a very intelligent man. So he's not going to invite me. So I can't answer your hypothetical question. I mean, if I were Pinarayi, would I hire Mani Shankar Aiyar, whom Sonia Gandhi has described as a loose cannon? So even Sonia thinks that I'm a loose cannon, and I don't know what Rahul thinks of me, but it's probably unprintable because both of us went to the same school and picked up the same vocabulary.
One more question, sir. Many people in Delhi are commenting you are like how Subramania Swamy is to BJP and equating you. How Subramania Swamy is to BJP, you are.
I am like the BJP?
No. Many people in Delhi believes that
Yeah.
you are like.
So, how Subramania Swamy is to BJP?
No, I am equal to Subramaniam Swamy because Subramaniam Swamy has never left a party. All his parties have left him. I am in that condition. But otherwise, there is no resemblance between a Madurai Pandya Subramaniam Swamy and a Shoran who's from Tanjore, like Sir C.P. Ramasamy Aiyar was. And you can see that from the spelling of my name. So I'm neither a Palghat Aiyar who doesn't know the difference between I and A, nor am I a Madurai Aiyar who spells his name in Pandyan Tamil. I am a pure Tamil. I'm not a pure Brahmin because yesterday I ate beef, but I am a pure Tamilian. I am a pure Shoran. And that is what I am. So why would anybody invite me to join the BJP? And since I got to clarify that, which other congressman has been expelled because Prashant Kishore said that I had in Hindi stated that Modi could not become Prime Minister in a press conference in January 2014 because he's a chaiwala. Now, that interview is on YouTube and you can see that I said Modi does not know that Alexander, who's called Sikandar in Hindi, never visited Patliputra. He does not know that Nalanda is in India and that Takshila is in Pakistan. So I asked, how can such an illiterate person step into the shoes of Jawaharlal Nehru? And then I said, for this reason, he will never, never, never. I said, kabhi nahi, kabhi nahi, kabhi nahi. ये आदमी प्रधानमंत्री बनेगा. And then I added again in Hindi that if after he loses, he wants to still serve tea, then we can make some arrangements here because I was in Talkatora Stadium. And this was twisted into saying that I had said he can't become PM because he's a chaiwala. And do you know the one party that did not ask me to clarify? It was the Congress party. Then I said that this is in defense of Rahul Gandhi. He said, कि how, you have to say it in Hindi. He says, ये बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर के बारे में क्या जानते हैं जबकि बाबा भोलेनाथ के पीछे राहुल गांधी भाग रहे हैं. Now it so happens that the word Baba applies in Hindi as much to Ambedkar as it does to the god Shiva. And here is the Prime Minister of India saying, what does Rahul Gandhi know about Baba Ambedkar when he's chasing Baba Shiva? Is this the way a Prime Minister speaks? I have been through, I think, 15 Prime Ministers in my life, starting with Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru and ending with the last Congress Prime Minister that ever existed in India. His name was Atal Bihari Vajpayee. That is the history of the Congress. The first BJP Prime Minister of India was called P.V. Narasimha Rao, which is why the Babri Masjid does not exist. And Manmohan Singh was a self-confessed economist He had never been in the Congress party until I loaned him my kurta pajama. So therefore, I am an admirer of the Congress party. I'm an admirer of its prime ministers, except for Narasimha Rao. And I am an admirer of anyone who's secular, and even more of Satishan, because he's a secular socialist. And that is what Nehru was, that is what I am, and that is what, except for the first word secular, Dr. Manmohan Singh wasn't. So therefore, my answer to your question is that if a party is unable to find anyone but K.C. Venugopal to become the Sardar Patel of the 21st century, then its head requires examining. And here is a party which has Gaurav Gogoi, it has Manish Tiwari, it has even Shashi Tharoor. And still, what does it do? It picks up a gunda from Murshidabad called Adhiranjan Chaudhary, who's a really close friend of mine, and makes him the leader of the Congress in the Lok Sabha. I mean, who needs to get his head examined? And I would also like to know, before suspending me from the Congress for 8 months, did Rahul Gandhi ever ask me to explain why, after saying that this guy is an uncivilized human being, I had added in Hindi कि ये नीच किस्म का आदमी है, which translates in English into a low kind of person. I was referring to his character, and next morning, in 3 successive speeches, Modi said I had called him a person of a low caste. Now, isn't that shocking that without asking me, I'm suspended for 8 months from the Congress party, and Sonia Gandhi tells me 3 years later that she never knew I'd been suspended. That is the condition of the Congress of K.C. Venugopal. I'm not blaming Rahul, but there is a choice to be made between able people and people who have no claim to be in high office. And he tells me that I can't function because I'm today 84 and 8 months old. Well, I know another person who's 84. His name is Mallikarjun Kharge. So if Mr. Kharge at the age of 84 can be the president of the Congress, why can't I be a backbench MP? Why was I thrown out of a constituency that I cultivated for 35 years, whether I won or whether I lost? And it is the only constituency in all of India, or all of Tamil Nadu, which has 3 times elected a Brahmin. And why did they elect a Brahmin? Because in my first campaign, I would take off my shirt at every single rally and say, please see, I don't wear a sacred thread. And my main campaign argument was that please bring out the biggest dekchi you have in your village and cook chicken curry in it. I didn't say beef curry in it. I said chicken curry in it, and you will find, and please invite my opponent and let us see who eats more chicken curry. So I made this constituency into a completely non-casteist constituency. It was also not a Muslim constituency because I was astonished to see that at every Hindu wedding, there were a large number of Muslims. I've never seen this in the north. So I asked my closest friend, my closest colleague in the Congress, how are there so many Muslims at Hindu weddings? And he replied that we regard the Muslims as the 5th caste. We do not regard them as of a different religion.
കൂടുതൽ വാർത്തകൾക്ക് ന്യൂസ് 18 കേരളം യൂട്യൂബ് ചാനൽ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുക.